But it's clear, so it's okay. Secret formula. All right, so we had this whole thing planned, right? So I forget if it was Mary or Brandy or Bob. I'm going to say both of them. Said, all right, tonight we have to dress, you know, we have to be in workout gear. We have to be ready to rock and roll because we're doing a lifestyle challenge. I said, okay, great. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put Rocky on. Dun, 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 dun. But we couldn't hook up the iPad thing because I have the old extender and new phone. So anyway, so it kind of messed that up. But so we're ready to rock and roll tonight. I want to thank you all for being part of this. This is the majority of the group. We have a lot of people that weren't able to make it tonight. So we have a lot of things that we're going to discuss and talk about. And Brandy, if we can help out the folks coming in. But before we do, I just wanted to kind of let you know, I come up with these ideas and I say, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that. And I have an awesome team that puts it all together and figures it all out. My job is easy. This is what we're going to do. We're like, okay, how are we going to do that? I don't know. That's your job. Figure it out. So I want to acknowledge Brandy and Mary. For those of you who don't know Mary, she is not new. She was with us from 2005 to 2008, and she decided to have 2 kids and stay home with them. And we allowed her to do that for a period of 7 years. And then we called her up and said, you are now coming back. So Mary's going to be here, and we are very excited to have her here.
Thank you.
Brandy, absolutely. Brandy, obviously, you all know, Brandy has been with us since 2004, and she has been with me basically, well, almost as long as my wife. No, she is really kind of like the mortar that holds everything together. She's fantastic, and without them, I couldn't do all the things I want to do and will be doing. So I just wanted to acknowledge them and let you know how important they are to me. This whole program is a creation of kind of an idea that I had when I was watching one of the shows, The Biggest Loser show, and I noticed that they were talking about the people on the show and how they lost this weight and all this stuff. I said, that's great, you know, fantastic. But then I saw a show that said, all right, what happens, where are they now, kind of a show. And a large majority of them were some version of where they were before. And it's great when you're on the show, you know, you have people that are standing next to you yelling in your ear, this is what you need to do, train and work out. And then you have people that are cooking your meals and things like that. And I said, well, it's great when you're on the show, but what happens after that? How do they live the rest of their life? How do they know how to live the rest of their life to maintain what they've accomplished? And there were some, obviously, things they weren't aware of, some strategies and tools that they couldn't implement on their own without having an entire team behind them. And, you know, I was watching this infomercial one day with the lady from The Biggest Loser, Julian Michaels, right? And I was watching her. She has these DVDs, which are awesome. And I was watching, I said, well, I do a lot of those exercises in the program I do. And I was wondering, I kind of Googled it, and they have some things on food, like meal plans, right? I said, this is good stuff, right? But to me, they were still lacking some very important integral parts to helping create a healthy lifestyle. See, a lot of that is about losing weight, which is great. But it's more than that. It's a lifestyle. And unless you know what motivates people and why they want to make a change, number one, the change is going to be short-lived. I mean, talk to anybody who makes a New Year's resolution. You know, where are they in April and May? Right? Oh, well, I'm going to start July 4th, or I'll start again in January. Right? It's sad, but it's true, because why? Well, I want to lose weight. I want to exercise. I want to be on time. I want to be early, whatever it is. But why? That's what motivates people. You know, reading over your forms. I was talking to Mary earlier today. I was getting all choked up. I'm kind of the sensitive one in my family. You know, I have 3 kids. When they were, I say, graduating, you know, after they left their preschool, right? I mean, all 3 of them. I got tears in my eyes. My wife was like, seriously, this is the 3rd one. It's right? And I don't even think about Penny Old Relay, right? I don't even think about wedding day because I literally, I cry. So I was getting choked up because I understand where you're coming from. See, we could do this challenge and say, oh, great, we're going to help people lose weight, we're going to help this and that. But you guys were honest with me. And that meant a lot to me. And I told Mary, I said, you know, I'm going to get choked up. I said, we have a real responsibility here. We have a responsibility to these people to help them create the lives they want. So this isn't a program that is going to be easy. This can be tough at times, right? But I am 100% committed, and that's why I signed your forms, and I made comments on them, and I'm going to be giving them back to you when we see you for your adjustments and all. But, you know, when I understand why you want to make changes and where you think things are going, where you would like them to go, right? There were some differences. The path you're on might not be where you want to go, right? So I'm going to help you, and we're committed to doing everything we can to help you achieve your goals. You know, we have goals too. We're doing this program. We're doing the same thing. My wife is doing it. I have family in New Jersey. They're doing the program. And we're serious about this. This isn't just a great idea. This is our mission. You know, our mission statement, you're going to see it on the wall up here in a few weeks, is about helping families create healthy lifestyles and reach optimal health through chiropractic. This isn't just, oh, it's a great idea. This is our mission. This is why we are here. And we're taking this very seriously, so I hope you do. Because this is something that if you implement the resources and the tools that we will put forward to you, you will see tremendous changes. Guaranteed. And we will do everything that we can to help you with that. You've already authorized me to be the butt kicker. I'm the oldest of 5, so I'm really good at that, right? And if that doesn't work, I have an even more powerful tool. I'm a Catholic from New Jersey, and I'm Italian. So guilt is just something I can pull out of my pocket at any time, right on the table. So we'll do whatever we need to do. We'll motivate you however we need to motivate you. This is something that a lot of people ask me, like, you know, how much time is it going to take? What am I getting into here? It isn't going to take a lot of time. It's just going to take consistency. You know, the workouts that we have, people were wondering about the workouts. I'm going to go through it all with you. I took Mary and my wife through a workout on Tuesday. Like I said, we're doing this program. So Tuesday mornings, Thursday at lunch, and depending on the weekends, you know, Friday or Saturday, we're all working out together, right? So we're sitting there on Tuesday. We're doing the battle ropes. We have the TRX. I showed Mary. I said, look at the tires. I said, I have a dump truck tire. I have a truck tire, a pickup tire, a car tire. So we're going to be flipping those down the driveway. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah. So we're doing 15 minutes. It's actually 15 minutes and 6 seconds. And she could tell you what it was like afterwards. She and my wife, they weren't talking much. Right?
Very sweaty.
15 minutes. The shortest workout is 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's a core ab workout. That's on your slow day. Right? I know some people want to work out only hard twice and moderate 3 times. We're doing it hard every day. But it only has to be for a few minutes. Right? So if you can say, I can put aside 15, 22 minutes at the most, that's all you need. Right? It's a little bit of time. Everybody can find that. Right? One thing that's real important, everybody wants the goal. But what I feel is different, and I'm not trying to sell you anything, so it's easy for me to say this. One thing that's different is eating well, moving well, but the thinking well. You know, I can't tell you how many stories I've read and how often I hear this in the rooms about stress and things like that. This is a huge part of this program, because if we can start to change, there's something called neuroplasticity. It's like molding clay. You start to change your mindset. You mold your brain into thinking something, right? So we're not just going on what the crowd represents, right? And what, you know, the community at large says. We're going to start to think differently. we're going to start to think what most people will say is outside the box, but we're creating our lives. You know, we're going to develop a picture of ourselves, where we want to be 90 days from now. And this is the thing, guys, this isn't a 90-day program, just so you know. 90 days is the start for the rest of your life. But we're starting with 90 days, okay? But we're going to set goals. We're going to have goals about, yeah, physically what we want to change. We're going to have play goals, fun goals. We're going to start to create who you are. Nobody ever thinks about, have I ever defined me? You know, we let the world define us, right? We let other situations, events, and people define us, and we are just reacting to them. We're going to define who we are, right? There's a book called Purpose Driven Life, right? Great book. Define who we are. We're going to start creating a mission statement for our life and then affirmations to affirm that. We're going to start looking at that every day. Right? We're going to laminate it for you. Your job is going to be to put it on a business card size. We're going to bring it in. I don't need to read them. We're going to laminate them. You carry them with you. And you keep them in your pocket, your goals and your affirmations. And you can pull them out every morning, every night. During the day when we hit a bump in the road, things get a little wonky, boom, we're going to pull those out and reaffirm who we are. That's going to start the change. The exercising, the eating is the easy part. That's simple. You know, you don't have to worry about what you eat. We're going to focus on what you buy. Then what you eat is easy. But this is what we got to focus on first before we can do anything else. We got to get the right mindset. Wherever you are, I know a lot of people think, I don't know if I can get my goal. I don't even know is that realistic, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you two stories. I'm not going to point people out or anything like that. I'm going to tell you two stories that motivate me, okay? One, gal came in the office, okay? She's a mother of 4, right? Came in the office. Her initial goal was to have one day without pain, right? Now, she's running 10Ks, putting backpacks of weight on her back. I'm getting choked up. This is now her life. She runs these races called Go Ruck. They purposely fill backpacks with weights and then run a race. Right? Now she's doing all these races. I said, what are you doing now? Oh, we're going to do this. Doing things with the kids. You know what's awesome? Her kids see that. That one day of pain, that's gone. Right? There's another lady who didn't work out much. Right? Didn't work out much. Now, she's a life coach to inspire other people. She wants to be an inspiration to others. She already is. That's her goal. And she's already doing that. She inspires me. That's why I want to do this, because I want everyone to be in those positions. You might want to do different things, but that's what I want for you. You know, they say if you can create it in your mind, it will manifest. You just have to believe it. And in the beginning, it's hard to believe. But you say it enough, your brain starts to say, I don't know, I guess that's what we do. Right? And you start to create it. That's what this is about. The getting in shape, the losing weight, the eating well, that's important, and we're going to help you with that. But it's creating your life, creating who you are, defining who you are. Right? That's what's important. So this is a challenge for you. It's not a challenge against anyone. It's a personal challenge. Right? A challenge to do something that maybe you've never done before. Step outside the comfort zone in the box. Right? I know when you see the exercises, you're going to say, there's no way I can do that. Now, if you say that, understand you will be 100% correct. And if you say to yourself, that looks difficult. I might not be able to do all of it, but I think I could do part of it. You will be 100% correct. You know, we have this goal. We say, this is my goal. Now, if we create action steps, maybe you're not going to hit that goal, but you'll be pretty darn close. You might hit the white circle outside the red dot, right? It's a whole lot better to hit the white circle than not even have a target. So, what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to give you a quick outline of this. this program, this challenge, okay? And we're going to open up some questions afterwards. And understand, I will be with you 100% of the time. I'm going to be sending you emails. I'm going to be sending you videos of myself talking to you. You'll have so much of me you don't want to see me. You can't wait till I go on vacation. But I've already planned. I'm going to be sending you videos from vacation. Right? So how does this all work? It's really pretty simple. What does our body need to live, to survive? There are certain essentials, right? Requirements. We need air. We need food. We need water. We need a nervous system that functions. We can work without food for 40 days. After that, that's it. We can go without water for 4 days, without air for 4 minutes, without nerve impulse for about a millisecond. We need all of those. That's what the body requires, right? So what do we need for health? Well, we need certain things. We need nerve impulse. We need a nervous system that works at an optimal level in order to function properly. The brain-body connection, everything's got to be connected, right? We need proper rest and sleep, right? I can do the adjustments and help you with the nerve function. Rest and sleep, we're going to work on that too. But the other three, that's your job. Eating well, moving well, and thinking well. That's why this is designed this way, because these are the essentials for health. They're not just random things. These are all the requirements your body needs to be healthy. So when it comes to this program, that's why we focus on those three. Now, when you look through this packet, you have a little overview. I gave you some bullet points of things to just kind of put in your mind, what is this going to be talking about from a nutritional, you don't have to have this with you, right? But from a nutritional standpoint, what are we looking at? Because we have all these diets, right? Mediterranean diet and paleo diet and this diet and that diet, right? This is based on what your body needs. I read on a couple forums, we want to make sure we're creating a healthy life because we don't want the problems our grandparents have affect us, to have affect our kids. All right, I'm going to explain one thing to you, and this is very important. No one in your family will give you heart disease, will give you cancer, high cholesterol, or diabetes. There is no gene that they have isolated to say this is the cholesterol gene. If they have, they would have isolated it, they would have figured out what to do with it, and we wouldn't have cholesterol and all this other stuff. Genetically, we may have potentials within our genes to be expressed, right? So here's the thing. Because somebody down the line has a problem, a condition, whatever, doesn't mean you're going to have it, get it, or pass it along, all right? You may have the correct environment and lifestyle for that gene to be expressed, but if we can change your environment, inside and outside, that gene will never be expressed within you. They do studies on twins that are separated at birth. One twin is very healthy, the other twin is very sick because of the environment, the families they grew up in dictate and influence those genes, that potential. It's called epigenetics. Now, this is very important. How we live, okay, determines how long we live. Our gene, so when you study, I know when you do light reading and you study epigenetics, I'm talking to the choir, right? So your gene is here and has a long tail. A gene comes with it potential. So if you look at your genetic makeup, it's like the most beautiful, vibrant picture, right? Now, at some point, that cell is going to die. We're going to replace it with a new one. Now, if we make a copy of that original picture, and that original picture is, say, 18 by 24, but our copy machine is 18 by 20, we're going to cut off a little bit of that. But now, is that copy going to be as clear as the original picture? Then that copy is going to become damaged, old, and die, and we're going to replace it with another one. We're going to take a copy of the copy, a copy of the copy, a copy of the copy. And eventually, we're not going to be able to read what that gene has or how we should function. That's how we die. What causes us to make more pictures, more copies? Our lifestyle. You are going to adopt different strategies into your lifestyle that is not only going to help you feel better, maybe lose weight, gain muscle, whatever. It's going to increase the longevity of your life. Because we are going to make less copies. We are going to have less stress in our life. We're going to eat less stress, live less stress. So your lifestyle will dictate the quality and the quantity of your life. If you make consistent changes to your lifestyle over approximately a 2-year period of time, you change your entire genetic makeup and the potential those genes have to be expressed within, right? That's why this is not 90 days. This is 90 days to start the rest of your life. So how do we do all this stuff? Okay? Very simply, just do what I tell you. Kind of like at home. Kind of like at home with my family. Right? My wife was going to make it here tonight. I'm glad she's not, because I could say stuff like this. We have carpool tonight. I was hoping it was going to rain so she could be here, but unfortunately, she's driving tonight. 5 sweaty boys. So, okay, lifestyle challenge. We're going to talk about the eating well part. Now, within this challenge, in the packet, eating well, moving well, thinking well. I gave you a bunch of different websites, right? The way this is going to work, I'm giving you the car. You have to put the keys in and turn it and start driving, okay? But I'm providing you with the vehicles. Now, along the way, I am going to walk you through everything, okay? The reason why we chose the different websites we did is because I felt, number one, I use them, and I've been using them, okay? But I feel that they best represent our mission, okay, and creating a healthy lifestyle. There are 3 different ones for the nutritional part of this. The Bonfire Health website. A friend of mine out of Boston developed this website with a couple other guys. Okay, so we're going to use that information from there. There's a shopping list within the packet that tells you exactly how to get to the shopping list. There's a master shopping list. So all the recipes, that's where the stuff comes from. Okay, now you look at that shopping list and you say, well, I don't know, I don't eat this or whatever. Okay, so it's a master shopping list, right? But try some of the recipes and the foods on that shopping list. You might open yourself up to new possibilities, right? That is a great website for recipes. There are literally a few hundred recipes on there. So the way it works is now it's best to plan out your meals, and we're going to do a nutrition workshop in 2 weeks that's going to help you from the store to your table and pantry, okay? But here's the thing. We want to eat chicken tonight. Okay, great. So plan ahead and say, all right, this week we're going to have a chicken dinner. We're going to have, a meat dinner. We're going to have something else. So look at the recipe and say, okay, I'm going to pick this one and this one. These are great. All these recipes, they're so easy because the food sources are healthy fruits and vegetables, healthy lean protein, and healthy fats. It's not like you got to buy a lot of stuff, right? And then you just follow those recipes and you have your meals. Now I'm going to walk you through Whole Foods, and if you shop there, great. If you don't, that same concept will apply wherever you shop. I'm going to show you how to educate yourself about the foods and about the store. How do I navigate through this? How do I understand the ingredients? What do I look for, right? We're going to walk you through that. We're going to go on a tour, whoever wants to join me, okay? But the Bonfire website has some great, great, great recipes. Now, another website that we're using is the Paleo Diet, okay? Because all this is based on the paleo. You don't understand the Paleo Diet? You know what that means? Paleolithic diet, right? What the cavemen ate. So we're all of a sudden, however you think we got here, we got here. We end up here, okay? We end up here, and there were no food, there were no refrigeration, no food stores or things like this. So we just started eating things that didn't kill us, right? Came off a tree, out of the ground, flew by us, ran by us, or swam by us. That's the food. Okay, that's how we determined what we ate. Our genes are no different than them, by the way. Still have the same requirements. So that's the paleo diet. Paleo diet is just what we're designed to eat. Healthy fruits and vegetables, lean protein, healthy fats. And if you're buying the healthy fruits and vegetables and the lean protein, you don't have to worry about the fats are already in those foods. Okay? We're going to help you understand we need fat. We need saturated fats. It's good for you. Our diet should be comprised of a lot of fats. Healthy fats. Okay? So all we need to do now is say, okay, these are the things I want to eat this week. Right? So you look at the recipe and just follow the recipe. That's how hard that is. They don't take a long time to cook because all the food is natural and healthy. Okay? You're not baking things for 3 hours to rise. There's nothing to rise. It just has to cook, right, or grill. Now, the other websites, same thing, but the Bonfire website has the most amount of recipes, okay? The Paleo website will have it by meats, chickens, fish, things like that. Breaks it down a little bit for you, okay? Now, smoothies, green drinks. These are things that we're hoping you start to implement into your diet, okay? I'm going to be sending you some of my favorites, things like dandelions and wheatgrass and wintercress and ginger and lemon, right? That's my morning one is carrots, apple, kale, and what else I put in there? Chard, red chard. That was my drink this morning. Lunchtime it was dandelion, wintercress, lemon, ginger, and apple, kale, spinach. I don't know, something else too. I just grabbed stuff. Great drinks. Right?
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, there you go. Wayne will join me. Right? But these are things that you just try. You don't need any fancy things. You need a blender. Right? If you have a juicer or juice extractor, great. But we'll make smoothies out of this stuff. Okay, so you just need a blender. But these are my snacks. People have been asking me, what kind of snacks? I need to know what kind of snacks. The snacks I eat, right? I might have a Kind bar, but it's my juicing. See, you drink stuff like that, it holds you for a long time because it's densely packed with nutrients. Right? You can eat a whole bag of chips and you're like, well, I'm still hungry because you didn't get anything out of it. But you eat an apple, how many apples are you going to eat? 1, maybe 2, because your body's going to say, man, I got so much I have to do with this food. And it takes a long time to break it down because it has fiber. So you're burning more calories in the process. Okay? So juicing is really important. Juicing, smoothies, things like that. The first thing you want to do when you leave tonight in terms of nutrition is go to our website and watch the Building Blocks to Healthy Nutrition. If you attended the workshop, check it out again. We teach you about food. That's the first thing you need to do. We have to understand food, how it affects us, what it does for us, right? That is very important because I know I was talking to some people earlier in the week. They're like, yeah, but I know what you're saying about these smoothies, but I got to watch the fruit. I said, well, why? Well, all the sugars and all, I don't want to gain weight, gain weight eating an apple, right? But I understand where you're coming from because we get caught up in things like glycemic index and stuff like that. Anybody hear this? You think about that when you're eating glycemic index? See, if you're eating fruits and vegetables, they have a pretty moderate glycemic index, but the glycemic load is what's important. Not only glycemic index is how fast the sugar turns to carbohydrate, but glycemic load is how fast that carbohydrate increases blood glucose levels. That's what you want to watch, right? Glycemic index of a strawberry is about 40. It goes 1 to 100. That's pretty high. But the glycemic load of a strawberry is about 7 because it takes a long time to break it down. So we're going to teach you about that. The first thing you need to do, though, is watch that video. Watch that program. It's about 45, 50 minutes. Very important because from there, that is going to be the foundation of our nutrition part, that video. Now you want to take it a step further, watch the GMO video, okay, to further educate yourself about food. I'm going to be talking about it during this whole program, okay? It says KNOW, no GMOs. Okay, we could name it no GMOs too, that's fine. But watch the Building Blocks to Healthy Nutrition, okay? That's going to start giving you the foundation for understanding food. So we go to these we have our food and we say, okay, these are the food, this is what we want to eat this week, okay? And you start picking out those recipes. As far as the snacks are concerned, I'm going to be giving you a lot of tools, but they have snacks in there, okay? They break it down by meals, snacks, smoothies, and green drinks, okay? But if you're doing things like green drinks and smoothies, and you add like a snack for me, during the day could be something simple like a thing of coconut water, like a half a container like this of coconut water and protein powder, right? And then I drink a green drink. Sometimes I'll put the protein powder in the green drink or the smoothie. That's a great snack. You're going to be full for a long time on that. And it's full of nutrients and protein. What we want to understand here with this whole program is we want to increase our protein and increase our fats. Okay? That's going to be important. It takes a long time to break proteins down. It takes a lot of energy to break proteins down. They're very dense. So if we're spending more energy breaking proteins down, we're not going to be as hungry, and we're going to burn more calories. We want to start eating first thing in the morning. Who here does not eat breakfast today?
Define breakfast.
Yes, that was going to be my next question. Who here grabs a cup of coffee and a muffin and sits in the car on the way to work and eats breakfast? Right? Right? We need to eat a good, healthy breakfast. Now look, I've had coffee twice in my life. I don't drink it, so I'm not going to step on toes. You can still have your coffee, although I'll give you a lot of reason not to. But first thing in the morning, starting tomorrow, full glass of water before your coffee. We need to think in terms of hydrate, alkalize, and energize. Okay, that's going to be our mantra. Hydrate, alkalize, and energize. You've been fasting for 8 hours, probably more than that, right? So now your body doesn't have any fluids in it. We need to start hydrating. You want to put a little lemon in it? That's even better. Lemon is very alkaline when it's broken down in the body. We're going to start alkalizing. We got to start waking the body up naturally, not with a cup of coffee. You can do that after your water if you want. You're going to find with this, if you want to cut coffee out, you're not even going to miss it. Big glass of water, a little lemon, or aloe vera gel. Aloe vera is very soothing. It's a natural healing agent, and it's very alkaline. Okay, I go into alkalinity in the talk. I'm going to give you a quick overview. Alkalinity and acidity. Acidity is sickness. We rate it from 0 to 7, 7 to 14. 0 to 7 is acidic, 7 to 14 is alkaline. We want to be right around neutral. We want to be alkalizing our body at all times. Food that alkalizes your body is live food. Food that if you put it on the counter for a period of time, it starts to change color, it starts to decompose. That has life in it. That's alkaline. So we want to start that process first thing in the morning. Tall glass of water, squeeze a little lemon, a little aloe vera gel. Okay, just like it's soothing for your skin, it soothes your entire GI tract. Alkalize, that's the first thing we want to do in the morning. Hydrate, alkalize, and energize. Big glass of water. You're going to find that starts to change your metabolism. And when you do that, you start burning more calories. See, we're already helping you reach your goal before you even do anything else, just by drinking water. Now, take your body weight, divide it in half. You weigh 100 pounds, 50 ounces of water a day. 200 pounds, 200 ounces, or 100 ounces a day. That is before we do any exercise. That's just what your body needs to survive. Okay? I drink almost one of these. Right? I have it by my bed. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I start drinking it. By the time I'm out of the shower, I'm done, almost with one of these. Right? It's not hard to do. You just get in a pattern. Right? Best thing to do is buy some type of water bottle if you don't already have it. That's your gauge. It's an easy way to measure it. Don't go by how many cups you've had, how many ounces. Okay? Now, if you're exercising, obviously you want to increase that depending upon the energy that you're exerting and the amount of time you're exercising. Okay, so I can't tell you that because I don't know what you're going to do, right? But start first thing eating or drinking water. Now we want to have a breakfast that consists of protein and carbohydrates. Fruits are great in the morning. Fruits are great because you eat fruit, it has a lot of water in it, so it does start to hydrate you. Good, healthy way to start your morning because there's a lot of glucose in there, sugar, but it's going to take a long time to break down. It's not going to increase your sugar load. And then protein. You want to start with protein. Protein is your big logs that you're going to put on the fire that help you burn for a long time. Okay, that's real important. Anybody worried about cholesterol with eggs and stuff like that? Eating too many eggs? Okay, good. Okay, we'll be sending you information on that during the talk. Okay, eat healthy eggs. You don't worry about cholesterol. Okay, got to be the right kind of eggs. We're going to give you all that information. I'm not going to go into a deep nutrition talk tonight. Okay, I'm giving you an overview. So, so start with protein, carbohydrates. Okay, I don't want to tell you to start cutting out the breads and the bagels and stuff like that. Naturally, that's going to happen. Okay, we're going to focus on the protein and the carbohydrates. See, I don't want to help. I don't want to say, hey, we're going to deprive you of this. We want to start giving you things, because once you start eating healthier, those bad habits will start to just fall by the wayside. Okay, but if we start in a negative tone and say, don't have this, don't have that, don't have, right away you're on the defensive saying, well, wait a minute, that's not going to work. I can't do that. Okay, so that's we're going to start our breakfast. Okay, tall glass of water, protein and carbohydrates. So plan for it. Plan for it the night ahead. The way I do things, when I go shopping, I bring everything home, clean my vegetables off. I put them in some water with some baking soda, lemon juice, cleans them off, right? Let them soak, put them away, cut up the cantaloupe, cut up the watermelon, cut up the, do the things with the strawberries, cut everything, store it, right? Now I'm good to go. So my breakfast, my lunches are easy. Grab, put it in the bowl, seal it, go, right? So plan. Because if you have to cut everything up in the morning, it's going to take a long time. You're going to say, oh, I don't have time for this. Or, yeah, God forbid I wake up earlier, right? So start planning for it. The way you plan for it is to prepare. It's easy to take. I take about an hour when I get home from the grocery store and do all that. Then I'm done for the week. It's easy, right? You do that too with your meals. I'll put like 3 or 4 pieces of salmon in, cook it while I'm taking the groceries out. I'm in there anyway, right? That's my lunch. I'm done. My lunches are cooked for the week. My vegetables are done. I clean my lettuce off. I'm done. Grab and go, right? That's how we make it easy. Don't take it all in tonight. Don't worry about it. I'm going to be giving you tips along the way, okay? Lunches. Lunches, we want to eat protein, good amount of protein. Now we start to introduce our vegetables, okay? Introducing your vegetables again. Grab and go. Cut everything up. Now, granted, the best way to do it is cut it up right before you eat it, but I'm trying to be efficient with our time. I know it's easier sometimes, right? We don't always go home for lunch. So, vegetables, right? Chickens, meats, fish, stuff like this. Cook at the beginning of the week, cook enough for the week, and lunch is easy. Now, we're going to be making natural things, so we're going to start buying things like parsley, cilantro, basil. We're going to sprinkle our food with all that. Man, I love eating. I know some people said, I don't like eating. It's not fun. It's a chore. We're going to make it fun, okay? We're going to make it fun for you, right? Because, man, I don't want this to be a religious thing, but God gave us everything we need, right? We didn't have to invent stuff. It's all there for us. Sprinkle it on your food. Man, it tastes great. When I smell at Whole Foods, I'm all the time. Oh, I think if I don't buy this, nobody's going to buy it because my nose is on it, my hands are on it, right? But go over there and just, they have the kale, the lettuce, all the herbs. Smell that. Man, that is awesome, right? Start sprinkling that on. You don't need to add anything else to it, right? So now we get into dinner. Big salads, even at lunch, big salads, right? Dinner is an easy time, no, big salad. Think big salad. What is the one thing we're going to have for dinner? Big salads, right? And then you add your chicken, your fish, your protein with that, okay? So again, vegetables, stuff like this, okay? But that's your meals. That's a day. How easy is that to plan your day? Now you want to get fancy? Go to the recipes. And you fancy it up, right? Literally hundreds of them. But if you cook, you don't have to cook every day if you don't have the time to. When I'm on the grill, I'm putting I can feed everybody. Chicken, and I put my salmon on there, I put this on there. I mean, I have enough for my kids, myself, and my wife for the whole week. That makes it easy for me. I'm cooking anyway, so cook 1 salmon or chicken, and 100 of them, it doesn't matter. They're still all on the grill. They're going to cook the same rate. You store them, and you're done. That's how I make my meals easy. I juice in the morning. It takes me about maybe 11 minutes. I timed it this morning. I round it up. That's to juice, clean, put it in a container, and go. That's pretty quick, right? Because I've already cut everything up. I've cleaned all my vegetables. So I grab it, stick it in the juicer. The only thing I cut are like my lemon and my ginger, right? But everything else, my celery stalks, into my carrots. But that's it. Everything else I throw in the juicer. and I start drinking it, right? And I take one to lunch, right? My snacks, again, bowl of fruit. A bowl of fruit, I'll have a little almond butter in there, healthy fats, healthy protein. So my protein, my carbohydrates, always think in terms of protein and carbohydrates when you're eating. Carbohydrates, you want to think of one thing when you think of carbohydrates, fiber. Does this have fiber in it? Fruits and vegetables have fiber. So now you don't have to think about it. Am I eating fruits and vegetables? Any other kind of carbohydrate, starchy carbohydrate, non-starchy carbohydrate, fiber. That's all you want to think about. My carbohydrates come from fruits and vegetables. You don't need potatoes, bread, pastas, rices, and all that stuff. Right? Some people may go through withdrawals during this period of time. We need real support systems for those people. You can have orange potatoes. There you go.
Quick question. You said juicing in the morning, and I have heard that you get more nutrients when you freshly juice.
You do.
Is it okay to juice at night or not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just get more nutrients
Yeah, meaning I juice in the morning for my breakfast, and I juice my lunch in the morning too.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's 4 hours removed from when I made it. Okay, some of the nutrients are going to be gone, but I'll tell you what, I'm getting a whole lot more nutrients, even losing some in 4 hours, because I don't want to go home. My wife says, once you leave, you cannot come back into your bed. It's just the rule of the house. She loves me, but not that much. But, because I eat here, right? So that just helps. When I go home for lunch, sometimes I'll juice at lunch. But again, I'm making it easy, right? You're at work. Oh, I don't have a juicer. Well, make it in the morning. Carry it with you. They have containers like this. Keep it in the container, right? It's just making it easy. That's a snack. I mean, you have a 10-ounce, 8-ounce glass of juice, you're full, right? You're full. Right? See, when you're eating healthy and eating things that are just densely populated with nutrients, you don't have to eat a lot, and you will remain full. So the eating well, that's what I want you to think about right from today. The water and start protein, carbohydrates. Every meal, protein, protein, protein. Women, it's a change, right? Because we're used to eating carbohydrates, right? Protein, healthy protein, lean protein. With your fruits, add things like avocados. I mean, I mix a bowl of blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, bananas, avocados, melons, cantaloupe, watermelon, I don't know, whatever other kind of fruit, all in a big bowl, grapes. I put like a whole tablespoon and a half of almond butter in there and mix it up. I put some maca seeds and flaxseed in there, stuff like this. Mix it all up. Man, you can hardly eat that as a snack at one time. But that's a good snack, and it's easy to make because everything's already cut, so you can take it to work. Keep it in a little container, eat it at your desk, right? It's going to hydrate you. It's going to give you energy. It's going to alkalize you, okay? So the Eat Well portion, we're giving you the recipes. We're giving you the shopping list. Now it's on you. Now, we're not done yet because I'm going to be emailing you every week on nutritional little tips. I'm going to be emailing you recipes. I'll be emailing you articles. So you will be very well educated during this whole process. Don't worry if you sound like, well, I think I have an idea what to do, but I'm going to start out emailing you this week and start the process of helping to educate you. Okay? Any questions?
I have a question. I'm sorry. The aloe vera gel, is that different from the water, and where?
Okay, so aloe vera gel, there's the external aloe vera, then there's edible aloe vera. There's juice and gel. Okay, they are different. Juice is a water. Gel is kind of like a clear Jell-O consistency. I like the Jell-O because it stays in your body. The juice goes right through you for the most part. I want something that's going to stick all along my GI tract and soothe and act as a buffer along my GI tract. So aloe vera gel, container about the size, about the height of this, and it's about this thick, is about $11. Literally, I do a tablespoon a day, and it lasts me about 2 months. right?
Where are you getting
that?
I get it at Whole Foods, you get it probably at Kroger, I don't know about Martin's. But any health food store, you're gonna get the aloe vera gel. Vitamin Shop, you wanna buy whole leaf, cold compressed. Lily of the Desert is the brand I get.
Is that in the packet? Is that in the packet?
It's not, it's gonna be in the information I'm sending you.
Okay.
This is the thing, I didn't wanna overload you with this information in the packet, because then it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta start, I'm gonna feed you along the way. And it's easier that way, because, hey, this week, this is what I want you to think about, these 3 things, right? And that's how we're gonna go about things, yeah.
I just wanna ask, what section did you find the gel in? Because I was like all over the
Where?
place. At Whole Foods?
You walk in, right, you go in the store, you're gonna see the berries and all that stuff, make a left-hand turn. Where you see the coffee, run away and go right. Now you're in the health and beauty area, okay? It's got 1, 2, 3 rows. On the 3rd row, you see the refrigeration stuff, right? Right past that, right about here. Aloe vera gel. It's gonna be in brownish bottles with green and white tops.
And it's not in the same section where the drink was?
No, it is right
Okay.
past the refrigeration section, right about this high. 2nd or 3rd row up. Yep. And there's gonna be ones with white and green tops. I believe the green top is the gel, the white top is the juice. Get the gel. The Lily of the Desert, cold compress, whole leaf. Go ahead.
How did you say you use the lemon and baking soda for the vegetables to clean them? How do you?
Okay, so about a tablespoon, like a bowl, like this big. I just use any kind of bowl I have, Tupperware bowls. I fill like 6 of them up. And about a tablespoon of baking soda, baking soda, and lemon juice. You don't have to use real lemon. Lemon juice is fine, right? You put them in there. When you put them in there, you're gonna hear this, like this explosion. That's what eats away, because one's acidic and one's alkaline, right? Lemon is alkaline when you eat it, but acidic outside, and it's gonna eat away at all the stuff on the exterior part of the fruit. It's gonna clean it. You add water. You soak them in the water, mix it up, let them sit there about 5-10 minutes. Strawberries and berries, raspberries, better to clean at the time when you're using them, because you soak them in water, they're gonna get all like soft, right? Blueberries you can do before, and that's fine, they'll keep for the week. Strawberries, don't keep in there too long, maybe 5 minutes, because they'll get soft.
And then you rinse them off after that.
Then I rinse them off and put them away.
You don't dry them first?
Dry them. Yes.
Rinse them off, dry them.
Dry them and then put them away. 3 kids, so I'm not used to doing all that. You do this, you do that, you do this. Ashley, oh, no, you're good. No, but I'm also going to give you a little hints what vegetables should be stored in, like sealed, what ones need air, what ones do best with a little water in the package, things like that. Those allow you to prolong the life of, like lettuce. I have a container. I had a cup of water on the bottom of the container. It's like this container. I'm going to tell you where I got it. My wife got it for me for Christmas. And that's my Christmas gift. Right? And it needs air. But when it has water, the lettuce stays crisp for like 10 days. Right? The peppers, the spinach. I have all these containers. Some are closed, some are open, some need water, some don't. And you prolong the life of the fruits and vegetables. Okay? I'll give you a whole list of that. Okay? I just saw my wife bought more because I saw the receipt on Hotmail.
The aloe vera gel, you say you do that first thing in the morning?
I do first thing in the morning. That's what I drink. Yeah.
With the lemon in it, so it's the lemon.
I do aloe vera gel. Sometimes I do lemon, but I'm always drinking the aloe vera gel. I do it every morning.
I have a couple questions. First of all, will you be giving us a list of organic versus non-organic?
Yes.
I haven't gotten the packet yet. And
Go
which-
to the talk I just mentioned.
Okay,
Okay, it's gonna be in there.
okay, like which? 'cause then
But I'm gonna email you a list.
Okay.
Yep.
Next question I have is about sprouted grain bread.
Mhm.
Is that something that you would recommend?
If you're going to have bread,
Okay,
like a whole grain sprouted bread, those things are better choices,
okay.
but we really don't want to eat the bread.
You can just look at it.
Okay?
That's what it says, right?
What's that?
No rice.
That's gonna be a better choice.
Better choice.
See, the way we make bread is we refine it, right? We tear away the outer layer of the grain. We take the inner layer, the endosperm out. What we're left with is 100% sugar. I talk about the whole process in that workshop. Okay? So, yes,
What if you grind your grain and bake your own bread?
bread is bread is bread.
Just curious.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be
Because by grinding,
healthier.
You have the shell still, don't you?
Yes, but it still has the same effect on your body. See, you have to understand what bread does. It's sugar. So it's going to increase your blood sugar. We're going to store it as fat, and it's not going to do anything nutritionally for us. There's no minimum nutritional requirement for bread because it doesn't have anything in it. It's void of any nutrients. They're just calories. That's why bread is. It's just we don't need it. Right. So, if possible, no bread. The toughest guy in the room, and this is the guy that's breaking down.
So really no grains.
Yeah.
No grains.
Anything that's white,
Okay.
breads, rice, potatoes, pastas, they don't have any nutrition to it. They fill you up. I come from an Italian family from New Jersey. I mean, we're on the same page, right? It's sacrilegious for me to say this.
Mm-hmm.
But but the reality is, I'm not saying you can't ever have this stuff, you know. But the thing is, you're not getting anything out of it. You're just not. And it's amazing when you don't eat this for a while, your body doesn't crave it.
In other words, you can do anything for 90 days and see where you stand. with
Just
it.
do it for one day. Don't think about 90. One day, today,
I'm trying to help you.
tomorrow, the next day, just one day. That's all. Just one day.
What about wine?
Oh.
Hey, hey, excuse me, that's a fruit.
Okay, Karen.
What about seeds and nuts? Is that part of the paleo diet or
Healthy nuts. Healthy nuts.
walnuts, almonds?
Yes. Yeah, I'll give you a whole
And
list.
seeds too, you'll give us.
Seeds too,
extra
yeah.
ones.
Sunflower seeds, they're okay.
So who do we donate all of our food to that we
Yeah, there you go. I don't want you to go home and just be like, holy cow, what do we do? Right? Integrate this into your daily routine little by little. No pun intended, little bites. Right? And slowly what happens, if you're diligent and you're consistent, all of a sudden you're going to find, I don't crave that. I don't need it. I don't want it. It just is going to happen. It really will. I know it's a little bit like, what about coffee and bread? Right? It's just going to happen. It will. Yeah, it's kind of the unknown. You got to just trust in it.
So you really can't be a vegetarian?
Well, you can if you want.
No, but I mean.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with eating meat.
Yeah.
You know, it's the kind of meat. It's what our meat source ate. Right? Grass-fed, grain-fed. It's in that workshop. Okay?
Just fish, can you do?
Fish,
You really
yeah.
need to eat
Yeah.
red meat.
But now, if you're not eating any meat, now you might talk about maybe I should supplement some things, the fish oil, stuff like that, or you know, if I'm not eating fish, things like that.
I mean, I eat fish, I don't eat red meat.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, I mean, I know it's a paleo, it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's protein. Don't get stuck on red meat. Protein. Come from eggs, come from fish. Okay.
You didn't say anything about body cleanses or anything.
Mhm.
We don't have to do that, do we? Just
I'm going to talk about that, but I don't want to. I want you to start just developing healthy lifestyles. I'm going to talk about cleansing. Yeah, it's great to do a cleanse, right? But it's easier for me to talk to you about this individually and give you that information as we go. I want you to start implementing healthy choices. I know most people are going to be acidic. Most people are going to benefit tremendously from a cleanse. But I don't want you to think, you know, hey, we need to get this and buy that, right? I want to make this cost effective and easy. You know, people ask me about the supplements, right? I can count on one hand how many things I sell. I just have it there. Most of the stuff I buy expires. I can't even sell it, right? I don't push that stuff, but I have it because some people have asked for it, right? So the cleanses, yeah, it would be great. But I want you to focus on just creating habits. we'll talk about that stuff as we go, if we need to do that, okay?
I have one other question.
Mm-hmm.
You said salads?
Salads,
What do you put on your salads?
I put lettuce in there,
No, no,
I-
what do you put on your salad? Not
Yep.
in your
the
salad.
dressing, oil and vinegar.
Oil and vinegar.
Yep.
So in.
You can sabotage
vinegar
the
and
benefits of
acid?
a salad by what you put on it, very easily.
Mhm.
Low fat, no fat, don't use anything low fat, no fat, whatever. Don't use anything like that because they have to put chemicals in it to make it taste as good as the regular stuff. You're better off eating the regular stuff. But oil and vinegar,
Do you use strictly olive oil or
extra virgin olive oil,
extra virgin?
yes. Extra virgin olive oil. Cook with the extra virgin olive oil if it's very low heat, right? Use the coconut oil, high heat. Saturated fat doesn't break down and it's healthier for you. Again, I'm going to be giving you all this stuff along the way. Okay?
What protein powder do you use?
I use something from Jarrow. I use it's a plant-based protein powder. It's a non-GMO organic protein powder. Jarrow. Is that you can go to the website and look at all the different protein powders they have. I get it at Whole Foods. I think it costs $20, $18, and I go by one scoop. I don't do like 3-4 scoops. Sometimes they recommend. It's a supplement. I'm not using that as my meal, so it lasts about a month or so. Okay, I'm going to move. Go ahead.
Just one quick question. I just watched the healthy.
I'm looking at the time. I want to honor your time.
The
So
healthy building blocks tonight. I watched that video, and I didn't see anything about beans. Are beans a no-no or?
anything that's in a pod, okay, anything that's in a pod, beans are going to be your better choice out of the pods, but you want to stay away from the pods. Reason for that is how it affects your body, and there's things called intestinal permeability I mentioned in that talk. They all facilitate that. I do a talk on a lot of that information, and it was, I'll get you the name of it. It was one of the previous nutrition talks we did, okay? So that's the eating well, okay? I'm going to move on to the Move Well. Move Well, we have different websites that we're utilizing again for the exercises. Now, I've been using a website for a while as I just grab exercises from it. Sometimes I'll do the whole workout. Zuka Light is an awesome, awesome website. Now, I'm going to be upfront with you. If you want to join that website, it is great. It's $9 a month. If you don't join, you can get all these exercises for free. I would recommend don't join, right? Unless you do it for a while and you say, yeah, I really like this, right? You go on the website, and if you see an exercise that says new in Z Gym, that's one that you have to be a member, so just choose another exercise. I talked to you about it on here, specifically what to click on, what to go to. They have by body part, by time, all different workouts, from 5 minutes to 23 minutes. Go on YouTube. Again, I explain this in here. Go to YouTube and type in Zuka Light, and there will be literally over 180 some exercise workouts. Not exercises, workouts. They will be challenging. They will be challenging. You may not be able to do all of it. There will be modifications in the workout that say, okay, I can't do it this way, but I will do it that way. If you have questions about it, okay, let me know, okay? And I'll talk to you about the modifications, okay? Now, on our website, we have individual exercises. A friend of mine, I love my friends, they do all the work and I just grab it. We have 50-some exercises on there. Okay, my friend Fred from Atlanta, you take some exercise, you say, okay, I like this exercise. I'll do these 3 today. That's a workout. Okay, I talk about Tabata workouts in the sheet, right? If you're at the gym, you're on the treadmill, you're lifting weights, don't count repetitions anymore. Do it by time. This is the whole thing. This is why exercise, people, I talk to people in their exercise, I see them at the gym. I'm like, man, you're gone already? I'm like, yeah, I've been here a half hour. Any more than that, I'm going to be bored, right? You want to be intensity, you want to have high intensity, short time, and a fast tempo, right? Tempo, time, and intensity. How long did our workout take? 15 minutes, 6 seconds, right? That's with rest intervals. And we did 3 exercises. We did 3 rounds of those 3 exercises. Then we did 3 other exercises, 3 rounds of those exercises. 3 exercises and 3 rounds of those exercises. How did you feel?
Very hot, very tired.
Yeah, tired, not hot, right? You don't say that. My wife was working out with us. No, but right. I asked her, I said, have you gotten this type of workout from any class that you've done? I mean, right?
No.
And this is 15 minutes. Now I'm doing some crazy stuff. I got plyo boxes, I got the battle ropes, I got all this stuff. But you don't need all that stuff, right? The workouts that are in this, 5 to 23 minutes. But please understand, don't get frustrated. If you find that physically I can't do this because of this or that, let me know right away and we'll work on different modifications for it. Go to my website, okay? Look at those exercises and say, I'm going to do these 3 and I'll do 3 sets. A Tabata workout is this. On your iPhone, I'm going to send you the apps, right? It's like 20, 30 seconds, whatever you want to do. We did 25 seconds on, 12 seconds rest. So 25 seconds, and you're just doing as much as you can in that 25 seconds. Then you have 12 seconds to go to the next station, next exercise, or put the weight down, right? 12 seconds up, beep, 25 seconds or 20 seconds, you do it again. Okay, put the weight down. If you're on a treadmill, how many people go on a treadmill and they do moderate and then they have spikes of high intensity, right? Wrong. We don't want to do that anymore. We want to be high intensity with very small segments of time and low or moderate intensity. That's how you burn fat. Go to a marathon, the 10K, the half marathon. Notice how many people look like they're out of shape. Have you ever seen that in a marathon? You're thinking, I hope they had that AED thing somewhere, right? No, I'm being serious, right? They don't look like they should be in a marathon, but yet they're running marathons. That's what people work out. We do it on and on for a long period of time, sometimes, or whatever time period, but we keep going at the same rate. Go to a track meet, go find somebody who's out of shape, who's a sprinter. You won't find it. Why? Time, tempo, intensity. Sprinters look like, holy cow, those people are like chiseled, right? And they're running 100 yards. A marathon runner is running 4 hours, and they don't look like they're in shape. You don't have to work out for a long time. A Tabata workout is a great way to do it. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. 20 seconds on, 15 seconds off. You create the time for what you need right now. You need me to help you with it, let me know, right? You want to burn fat, that's what you do. T-A-B-A-T-A. T-A-B-A-T-A, Tabata. It's high intensity. What that means for you is different for everyone else. Understand that. But what I want you to understand is the concept. You're lifting weights, do it in a Tabata workout. Right? Get your phone with you. You don't even need an app if you don't need it. Just a stopwatch. 20 seconds. I'm going to go all out. 20 seconds. Okay, I'm going to rest for 10 seconds. Your weight's going to go down. You're not going to lift the same weight, but you're going to get a more effective workout. Okay, so the treadmill, the stair climber. I read your sheets. I know them, right? You want to do that? That's great, right? But do it in high intensity, tempo, time, fast. Okay? Start out slow. I mean, you don't go out and say, all right, I'm going to have a heart attack here, right? But understand what you've been doing. Boom, 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 boom. Spike. I'm out of breath. I'm coming back down. Let's change that. Let's reverse it. Let's think like a sprinter. Okay? A high intensity workout, very short duration. Tempo, tempo, tempo. Okay? Think like a sprinter. So you do whatever you want to do as far as your workouts. You want to continue to go to the gym, that's great. You want to use these websites? The Bonfire website is going to give you different exercises, you know, creative things. Zuka Light is going to give you know what you need for Zuka Light? You need a mat. Sometimes you need a dumbbell or maybe a jump rope. That's it. That's why I chose these things. You don't need to go buy stuff. If you don't have a dumbbells, right, fill up 2 containers of water. Boom, there you go. A basketball. Believe me, you're not going to want to use a lot of weight with these exercises. Right? You get creative with it. You don't need to go buy stuff. For the jump rope, I don't have a jump rope. I can't jump rope. Great. I'm jump roping. Right? Start it like that. And then you say, yeah, I think I would like to buy a jump rope. Go buy a jump rope. Right? I don't have dumbbells. That's fine. You don't need them. Go through the motion. You don't need it at first. These websites, I tried to get the best websites I found that don't cost any money. If you want to join, it's $9. Okay, but you don't have to. I already explained that. But you're going to get a tremendous amount of exercise routines. I mean, literally hundreds. They change every day. Okay? I have guys that have been doing this. Two guys are like, I'm going to go on this girl's website? Come on. They love it. Right? They're getting such great workouts in just 20 minutes. I'm going to go home tonight and do it. You know, I'm going to work out in 20 minutes. Right? That's it. So, move well. Time, tempo, intensity. That's what I want you to think. Okay? If you're just walking, that's great. Right? Do it quickly. Say, okay, from this mailbox to that mailbox, I'm walking fast. Okay, I'll slow down from this one to that one. I'm going to pick it up again and go fast. Now you're doing interval training. You're building your heart rate, your cardiovascular system. Okay? That's how you start. No matter what you do, think in terms of that. Okay? You need help and suggestions with it, let me know. Again, I'm going to be sending you emails on all this stuff. Okay? Tonight's an overview. I'm trying to get you started. Okay? But we already have the map here. Right? Just go to these websites. Thinking well. This is a big one. We're going to do a lot of work on that. The first thing I want you to do when you go to the website, the Bonfire, have you ever heard of The Secret? The book The Secret?
Yeah.
Okay. I know a couple of you, I don't know them personally, but I know I've been to seminars with these guys, and I know some of them, a couple of them are chiropractors, right? So I've been at their seminars, I've done their stuff and talked to them and all this stuff. That's where this information comes from. Dr. DeMartini, he's a chiropractor, he's on The Secret. There's worksheets, okay? On your packet here, there's going to be direction as to the Think Well, okay? And you're going to see there's, under Journal, you want to start with your virtual board of trustees, okay? These are people that you can, I love the way this person exercises, great. That person's on my board of trustees. This person has these qualities that I love in a relationship. They're on your board of trustees. Now, if you're married, you can't pick somebody that you would like to, you know, right, get more fun. But you want to create a board of trustees because if one person can do it, everyone can do it. Period. Right? We might do it differently. We might have different resources, but if one person can do something, everybody can do it. Create a board of trustees. Because if you can find one person that has the traits that you want, learn how they got it. Right? Board of trustees. Then you want to do your 6 sources of influence, making change, the creative process, total life conditioning, 7 lifetime value accounts. These are all workbooks. Some of them are 28 pages. One of them is 28 pages. That's how in depth we need to get with this. You need to have clarity on your life and creating your life. I mean clarity. I was asked once by I was coaching with Tony Robbins' group, and they said to me, what are your goals? I said, well, one goal was buy a house. You know, this is the house. They said, all right, I want you to write down that house. I said, okay. I gave them 6 pages on that house. Right? I told them the size of the closets. Now, this is how powerful this is. I was so clear. This is what it was. My wife and I walked through a house in Atlanta, right? When I was going through school, that was one of the things we liked to do. Walk through a house. So I walk through this house. We leave the house. She goes, what does your dream house look like? Now, I'm not a type A anal retentive person. So I drew up a picture of my house. It was on graph paper, and it was very done. You know, I told her what the lot was, what side the door was going to be on, to go into the The next day, we walked through a house. We walked in the house. We always go through the front door, right? We went left, we went right, we went up, we went down, and we stopped talking to one another. That was the house I drew up the night before. Literally. I called the place up. Studs, right? I called the place up. The sign on the realtor. I said, hey, do you have any brochures on this house? I figured you'd give us somebody a little brochure. I got the secretary on the phone. I was going through school, right? I said, this is Dr. Albanese. I'm looking for this house, right? She sent me the blueprints for the house. The actual blueprints. This is my house, right? We moved to here, we moved to Richmond, right? We were looking for a house because we're having all these kids. We go to this model home. We walk in the front door. We go left, we go right, we go up, we go down. That's the house we live in now. I showed the builder, we built that house. I showed the builder the blueprints for the house. He goes, that's the house that we're building for you. I said, I know, I've lived in that house now since 1997, April 18th, 1997, I've lived in that house. When I sent my information to Tony Robbins, guy, the coach there, right, I told him everything in that house because I had lived in that house for that long. Those things don't just happen. You create that, right? You want to change the way you look? Get a picture of yourself when you look the way you want to look. Put it on your mirror. I did that. I wanted to buy a car, right? Wanted to buy a car. I went there. They didn't have that model. That was doing the new model year. I said, well, give me something. I pestered the guy until they came out with a catalog. Back then, they just had catalogs, right? Olden days. Finally, I got a picture. I cut it out. He goes, what do you want this for? I said, I need a picture of it, man. I need a picture of it. I put the picture on the wall, right? A year and a half later, I got the car, right? It's not about the car or the house. It's about how you want to look. It's about, I did that with my wife. Oh, you think I'm kidding, right? I wrote down the qualities in the person that I wanted to marry. How tall she was, the color hair, that can change here and there, but right? The qualities of the person. I wanted somebody who came from a family, I mean, I drew out her parents because I knew she was going to be a product of that. That I went back I didn't want to go to the grandparents because it would have taken too long to write all this stuff. But I checked them out too mentally. And I met her. Right? This is how you create your life. This is how you create your life. There's no reason why she called me up. She called Brandy and just said, hey, I've been looking for a job, can't find anything. You know, Mary, the people I have here, right, I don't have them here. I never say employee. I don't think I've ever used that term. We work together. This is my team. This is our team, right? There's no coincidence in the fact that she called Brandy. You know, I've been going through this for a couple months, right? We need to get somebody here that's really part of our team, a cohesive unit. Brandy said, yeah, you never guess who Mary said. Right, Mary's looking for a job. I said, call her back till they come in tomorrow. She said, do you think that? I said, Mary, what did I say? I said, you're already hired. I said, what do you want to work out? When are you going to come? Because you're already working here. Right? I mean, these guys are like part of my family. And for those of you who know Mary, right, and know Brandy and how I feel about them, they are. This is, right? There's no coincidences. What you put out there is what you're going to get back. Somebody said the hole you give through is the hole you get. Right? We need to create that. That's why this part, there's a lot of work to be done here. I want you to start with creating a mission statement for your life. Creating a mission statement for your life. Define who you are. Right? Our mission is to help as many families as possible create healthy lifestyles and reach optimal health through chiropractic. That's my mission. Right? Create a mission for your life. I have a mission statement for my life. Who I am as a husband, as a father. Right? 1 or 2 lines. That's all it has to be. Define yourself. And then I want you to write some affirmations. This is who I am. An affirmation is written in the present tense as if it's happening now. Don't say, I'm not going to be late anymore. No, no, no. It's got to be in the positive. I am early. Write down affirmations that are based on affirming your goals. Okay, that's going to be the first thing we do. And then I'm going to have you bring them to me. I don't need to see them. I'm going to have the laminator up here, and I'm going to have you laminate them. okay? And then you keep them with you. Everything that's important is laminated, right? So we're gonna laminate them. And then you're gonna keep them on a business card size piece of paper, right? Doing the computer or whatever. You type it, you think it, you read it, you start to own it, right? Front and back. That way we minimize how many pieces of paper we carry, right? Create an affirmation. Now I'm going to send you a little sheet on the goals, different headings for the goals. Play goals, financial goals, business goals, or professional goals, relationship goals, right? Doesn't have to be a long drawn out thing, but let's start creating goals. Start thinking about that. But I want you to start with your mission statement because everything else comes from the mission, okay? We're going to create a life. We're going to create your life. You're going to create your life, okay? Who you are. You are now going to define who you are. Because up to today, there's been a lot of influencers that will help you define who you are. Turn the TV on. People will tell you what to dress, what to look like, what to take, what to do, what to define who you are. It's so awesome when you do this. I have people come in here all the time and try to sell. Hey man, you can sell this to patients. They eat this stuff up. They love it. They buy it by the half. I have a doctor over here making $10,000 a month. You know, they sell you all this stuff. I said, man, that is awesome. That is awesome. I'd love to have it. Sounds like a great product. Yeah, what we do, it's just not congruent with my mission. They don't know what to say when you say that. It's like, how do I don't have that on my overcome this obstacle sheet. well, yeah, but you can, I appreciate that. It's just not part of my mission. When you define yourself like that, hey, you want to be on the community landscape committee? It's great, you know. We walk around and we see whose lawn is too long, who painted their door the wrong color, and this and that. Yeah, you'd be great on that. Oh, I appreciate it. It's just not part of who I am. But I think it's a great thing. You can say no to things so easily. You know, hey, you want to be on this church committee? Hey, I think it's great. I'll help support you. It's just not part of what I can do. But I appreciate that. Nobody knows what to say. There's nothing they can say to you. You've defined who you are. It simplifies your life. Right? I'm the person that everyone comes to in my family, and they need me, they pull from me, right? Define who you are, and it makes it easy. You create strength that way, right? My kids are that way. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I know I'm going over, and I apologize. My son Michael, when he was in kindergarten, he was getting picked on because he had this backpack, the Buzz Lightyear guy, right? On his back, there was a small backpack, right? He gets off the bus, he's crying because kids are picking on him, right? I said, all right, well, you know, he's our first kid, so everything's like a trial. We make mistakes with him. The other two have big backpacks now. So I said, Michael, this weekend we'll go get you a big backpack, whatever you want. Camouflage, camo, you know, whatever's cool. Come the weekend, he goes, you know what, Dad? I don't think I need a new backpack. I like Buzz Lightyear. I think it's their problem, not mine.
Yeah.
Right?
That's your kid, yeah.
Right? But that's a strong statement because later on in life, when the girl dumps him, or his face is breaking out, or things aren't going smoothly, that's all right. This is who I am.
Yeah.
This is where I am right now, going through this, but that's not who I am forever. Right? So let's start defining our lives. Let's create a mission statement. I want you to start thinking of goals. I'm going to send you some outlines of like topics or headings. Then we're going to create affirmations. That's going to be our first job in thinking well. And then I want you to start on these things, but these are going to take a while. This isn't going to be done in a week. It's a 90-day program. Take time with this stuff, but take it seriously. Take it seriously, right? And we're going to redo this over years, but if we start creating a pattern of thinking, man, even when we hit rough times, and I've had rough times, and believe me, you can manifest bad things too. I've done that. You've been in a doom or gloom situation, and you're just like, oh, it's never going to get better. Oh, everything's falling apart. It's never. That's what comes about. I've done a great job at that, right? As much as I've manifested great things, I've attracted all this garbage in my life too sometimes. So it's powerful. It works both ways, right? Going through relationships or changes in relationships, let's start defining who we are. Let's start defining who we want to be with, right? I got a hot wife now, right? I created her. So I know I went over, and I apologize. I went on to your time. I just get going. I can talk for hours on this stuff. Tonight, I want to give you an overview. I want you to look at the packet, start going through each section. Eating well, moving well, thinking well. Okay? And just start looking at those websites. That's kind of the homework. Building blocks for healthy nutrition, and start looking at these websites. Okay? And then, let's start implementing exercise. Let's start implementing our breakfast, our morning water, and let's start thinking about our goals and our affirmations and our mission statement. And then we're going to start feeding that system as we go along. I'll be here every other Thursday. I'll give you the dates. You want to come in at lunch and just sit down, hey, I need help with this or that, email me at any time. Okay? Email me at any time. I'll answer your emails. Okay? We'll overcome any obstacles that you have. I'll give you the date on when we're going to go for the tour at Whole Foods if that's something you want to do. Okay? And I'm looking at our calendar, our family calendar, and we're going to do some things on a couple of weekends during this thing where we're going to meet, whoever wants to meet, and we're going to do some exercise. Okay? And we're going to take you through some exercise. Okay? Saturday morning real early. Right? And so I want to do fun things like that. Right? And just make it fun. I want this to be a fun thing. I don't want this to be so heady and so stressful and I got to do this, this, and this. I want you to have fun. We're creating a life. It should be fun. Right?
Okay, with the exercise, because I'm excited about it, but you still adjusting me, so it's not gonna cost me anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to you individually about if you have any concerns about that or things like that. Okay. Some of you, we're gonna start out walking and do fast and slow, fast and slow. Some of you, we're going right to Zucca Light and we're gonna bust it out, and you know you're gonna get nauseous afterwards. And we're gonna do it again the next day. All right. So I'm excited about this. You guys have inspired me with your stories. Not your stories, but your story. Right? I have read these. Okay? I mean, I have highlights on them. I have notes on them. I'm going to give them back to you. I'm taking this very seriously. So if you are committed to doing this, if you haven't filled out a form, if this is something you want to do, you fill out the form, you sign it, I sign it, we form a pact. Okay? And you have all these people that are here doing this with you. So when you're home alone sweating at 5:30 in the morning, know that there's other people doing this too.
5:30.
Okay? And if you have questions at any time, there's going to be highs and lows during this, believe me. Okay? Email me. And I will be emailing you every week. I'm going to be sending you videos. I'll be sending you articles. I'm going to be sending you just things that I write. I got a whole lot of things every week you're going to be getting. One on eating, moving, and thinking well. So if you're getting emails from me, you asked for it. Okay? I thank you all very much. I do apologize. It went over like a half hour. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to this. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be life-changing. So thank you.